standing at the beach this afternoon, at this grey November afternoon, and looking at the nearly calm sea in this grey nothingness. I was reflecting once again about the difference between the unconscious emptiness and the conscious emptiness. And some years ago, when I was working as a clinical supervisor in nursing homes, in care units for people with late dementia, I recognized something in them that which I couldn't find words at that time. I compared it to the posture and state of a Zen monk in deep contemplation, but with a difference. And after I experienced myself this experience of nothingness and went into deep transformative states afterwards and times of deep despair and disorientation and confusion, I preferred often to just sit and letting myself fall or dive into this nothingness that I had experienced, because it was in some way comforting. It was so easy to go there and nothing is happening, and no thoughts and no fear and no confusion. So it felt easier to let myself, whatever this is, sinking into this emptiness. And this, when I became aware more and more of this habit, I also recognized more and more the danger of this habit. And there was a moment where I really said to myself that I forbid myself to go into this state, and it's not a state any longer, because I got a feeling, a sense that I could go lost on this path due to this practice, letting myself sink into the nothingness or emptiness. Whenever this word that had changed so radically for me became too uncomfortable, too disturbing, too frightening. And in the years after, while I tried and I worked hard finding a way for myself, a new way back into life, or forward into life, and a new identity that which would allow me to exist in this world again. I recognize that there's really a difference. You can go into the conscious emptiness, or you can consciously go into emptiness. And this is what a lot of meditative or contemplative practices are doing. And if you're able to do that, going consciously into the state of emptiness, or if you are able to nothingness, then then you are able to come back. Perhaps you set a timer, or you have other practices to come back into this life, into duality, where you are. But people with dementia, especially in the later stages of dementia, are not able to choose there. They let themselves sink into this unconscious emptiness because there it is quiet and in some way comforting. There is nothing what disorients them, what confuses them. But they're also not able to come back easily, even if they would set a timer. So this is one of the reasons why I'm going out with my approach of a conscious aging. We have to learn to stay conscious about what is going on in our life, in the aging process. While we're getting older and older, things are changing, and sometimes they are changing rapidly. And these changes can disorient us, especially when this dissolution of the self is happening, of the personal identity. But we have to stay aware, or better, we have to stay awake, consciously awake about what's going on with us. So, yeah, this is my mid-November grey reflection for today.